Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Bismillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraf anbiya wa mursaleen. Sayyidina wa habibina al-Mustafa. Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Wa min tabi'ahum bi ihsani ila yawmiddin wa ba'd. I'd like to welcome you all to our class, our weekly class covering the Islamic Creed. Inshallah, we wait just a few more moments to see if anyone signs on. Inshallah, everyone is well. Just wait a couple minutes, see if anyone signs on. Okay, 11:05. Assalamu alaikum, akhi. I can't hear you. You there, brother?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. How are you? How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm okay, bro. Alhamdulillah. Yourself?
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Glad you can make it, man.
Alhamdulillah. Me as well.
Okay. We just wait like maybe.
I actually stopped. Huh? What? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say
What
we
was
wait like another minute or so to see if anybody else joins.
All right. Yeah, I'm just taking me a little break. Stop. Take my little break because I ain't getting no breakfast this morning. So I stopped to grab me something to eat, and I think I'll join in while I eat my breakfast.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
So how's the family, bro?
Yeah, everybody's good, man. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Good. So I'm the first student.
Yes, sir.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Allah. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I need them better. Might be the first student, might be the worst student too. Cause I ain't do no homework. I'm going to be.
Well, this is a recurring class. We're just going to keep going. We're going to start from the beginning each class, and then we add one or two more attributes.
You know what? Let me go ahead. Let me see if I can find my notes. I think when we had a class, I know we had this class in the master one, and I got the same.
Yeah, we did. There's some
yeah, Al-Had. Okay, Al-Had. I got my notes right here from the class. Oh man, what the hell? How was that? Oh man, I lost the page. Right? Al-Had, Al-Mawdu, Al-Wadi, Hukum al-Shari.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got some of the notes from the class we had in Masjid way back when.
Okay.
Yeah, with me.
Okay. Well, inshallah, we're going to get started. So the name of this book we're covering is called Risalah fi at-Tawhid, or translated as the Islamic Creed, Intro to the Islamic Creed. So, and this is by Imam Ibrahim al-Bajuri, who was one of the Imams of Al-Azhar, one of the leading scholars of Al-Azhar University. He was the 19th Imam there when they started recording or documenting the imams who were the grand imams of Al-Azhar. And he wrote a small treatise, which is called Risalah fi at-Tawhid, or literally translated is the message in the knowledge of Tawhid, or intro to the Islamic creed. So this is covering the basics of Islamic Aqidah or Islamic creed, inshallah. And in the book, he's covering the attributes that is necessary, that is wajib upon every person who is mukallaf. What is mukallaf?
Colorful is maturity. When you reach the age of maturity,
Mm-hmm.
right? When a person reaches the age of maturity,
Yeah, how is that determined?
it's determined on several different situations. With the females or ministers,
Uh,
with the male, if you have a wet dream or pubic hairs, and for both, I think when they uh, reach the age, when they have the clear understanding of the religion,
well, for boys is the age 15.
age 15,
Yeah, for boys.
whatever they had a wet dream before age 15.
Yeah, whichever one of those three comes first.
Okay, okay,
Okay, pubic hair, wet dream, or age 15, whichever one of those come first.
okay.
All right, and then for the females, it's just one when they reach their menses.
Right.
Okay, so what's the difference between somebody who is mukallaf and who is mumayyiz? What is mumayyiz?
I don't remember. I don't recall that name. I don't
Okay.
recall hearing that statement. But I would say that's one who is not um um. Oh man, I would figure
Mumayyiz
that would be one
you go
one
ahead.
who's not mature.
Yeah,
One,
but
one
mumayyiz is
person
actually
reaches it.
something you reach before you reach the age of mukallaf. And what age is that about?
Something you reach before you. Well, that's dealing with the senses, the understanding. That's what you're going at. With
No, actually, there's a level of maturity that you reach before you actually become accountable. The age of accountability is when you become mukallaf, but before that, there's when you become mumayyiz.
7.
Mumayyiz means like the age of discernment, when you basically know right from wrong and you're able to express
7.
yourself and without any assistance.
7.
Yeah, around 7. Yeah, say 7. Good. So the age, so you actually reach some level of maturity before you become mukallaf. But when you become mukallaf, it means that you're responsible for it. And there's another thing that we mentioned when a person becomes mukallaf.
Another thing, when it becomes mukallaf,
Yeah. Not only that this information becomes an obligation on them and they're accountable for it, but what else we mentioned, just to see if you know.
I'm not sure.
It's when the angels start recording,
Okay.
where they go on your scale. All right, so if you think about the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the age of 7, and kids are very bright, intelligent by that age, they know things, but they're not really held accountable, even though they know what they're doing. At the age of 7 onwards, a kid knows how to express themselves. They know how to answer questions without any assistance. They can process information, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that is the age where we're required to, teach our children and encourage them to pray, and all of these things. So it gets them ready for when they become accountable. All right. So in this book, we're covering the necessary attributes for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which number in 13 necessary attributes, or 20 in total. But they are divided, basically, they're classified. So the 20, some of like 7 of them will break off from the 13. So we'll cover them in detail. So when a person reaches the age of, becomes mukallaf, all right, they are responsible for knowing this information for themselves. And we mentioned in the previous class that in the area of Aqidah or belief, that it is something that you cannot blind follow anyone in. And what do we mean? What do we mean by blind following?
Just taking it, run with it. I mean, not
Well, when we talk
doing your
about
own research, getting understanding.
yeah, when we talk about blind following or taqlid, most people translate it as blind following, or it says that you take the ruling the scholar without knowing where he got his proof from. But it actually, the more proper meaning is that you follow someone you trust in a religious authority without having to know where they got the proofs from. All right. So, and you can do that in fiqh. For instance, if you ask your teacher or someone you trust in authority, what's the ruling on this, that, and the other, and they give you their answer, then it's not required for you to know where they got it from. I mean, although it's good, you can ask, if you need clarity, but you don't need, it's not necessary for you to know how they arrived at their answer. But in Aqidah, you have to know for yourself what is the meanings of the belief and how to find the proofs and all of this, because each person is accountable for that for their own selves. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. So in this book, the Sheikh is covering the 13 necessary attributes. So we covered 5 so far. All right, you remember what they are?
Number one, no, I don't remember, but I got it.
Okay. So when we say these necessary attributes, and when we give a number only 13 or 20, does that mean we only believe in 13 or 20?
Yeah.
No, we believe in all of the attributes, names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ones that we know and the ones that may not be known, right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has more than 99 names and attributes. Right? But we talk about necessary attributes that, in a nutshell, these are the attributes that make Allah who he is and why he's unique and why he's absolute and why he's absolutely dissimilar to everything else, because of these attributes that he possesses. All right. So the first one we covered, you remember?
Al-Had.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
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 Yeah, that's a no.
That Allah exists. I mean, the existence of Allah. What?
All right. The first thing we believe about Allah, before we even believe that he's one, what do we believe about him?
That he exists.
He exists. Okay. What is that attribute, existence?
I must be in the wrong note, man. Trying to cheat. I forget. I'm about that.
Al-Wujud.
Al-Wujud.
Yeah. It's coming back. It's coming back. Yeah, because you actually said it last week, I think. So the first necessary attribute for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Wujud, that he exists. All right. He exists without a beginning and without anything causing his existence. All right.
Right.
And what's the opposite of existence?
Oh, excuse me. Non-existent.
All right. What's the Arabic term?
I forget. I don't have the note today.
All right. So we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he exists, al-Wujud, and that the opposite of it is al-Adam.
Yes.
Or non-existence. All right. Okay. What's the second attribute? I'll give it to you. Al-Qidam.
Yes. Al-Qidam.
Yeah. What's the meaning of it?
I mean, it's deeper than, I know it's deeper than what my definition, but it's ancient, old, ancient.
One of Allah's divine names is Al-Qadim, means he is ancient, or it means old.
You hear me say ancient?
Yeah, I heard you say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he is attributed.
Go ahead.
He is attributed with Qidam, Al-Qidam. And what is Qidam? We gave a term.
Huh?
We gave a term that what kidda means. Beginninglessness.
Okay.
Beginninglessness.
Something without a beginning.
Yeah, he exists without a beginning. Okay, and he, with no beginning to his existence, he's eternal. He exists eternal with no beginning. Okay, and what is the opposite of it?
Creation. Something that has been created. Something that has a beginning.
Yeah, something that originated or that was eventful or an event. What's the
right.
Arabic term?
I'm not sure.
Al-Hudud.
You know, I don't have that book. I don't. I got the wrong book. al-Hudud. I know. Hey, I had all these, man, and I thought it was in this.
Yeah. Well, in the other class we have.
I really can't write it down right now, huh?
That's okay. I'll send you the notes. But in the other class, we didn't cover the opposites. I'm covering the opposites in this class because that's how they're doing it in the book.
Right. But I still should have had the meaning of the attributes, not the opposite, but the meaning. Cause I know I read them down.
Yeah, well, mashallah.
Mashallah. Yeah, you said you sent them to me, so I get them when you send them to me. Inshallah.
But every week we'll go over like this and keep going over the names till we get them, because what I want us to do is be able to run them off by memory, because this is a beginner's, and then when you go into another book of Creed, they're going to cover these things again, but more explanations. So it'll be assumed that when you cover that book, that you will already have these, down pat,
Naam, inshallah.
All right. So the first one we said is al-Wujud, which is existence, eternal existence, or existing without any beginning or anything that caused to existence, and its opposite is al-Adam, or non-existence. All right. The second necessary attribute for Allah is al-Qidam, which is beginninglessness or eternal without a beginning, and its opposite is al-Huduth, which means originated or origination or something that became as a cause of something. All right. So the third attribute is al-Baqa. What is al-Baqa?
I forget.
Okay. Yeah. Existing without an end. All right.
Yeah.
So endlessness or everlasting without an end, and nothing comes after him. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the opposite of that?
Dying. Something that must come to an end. Something.
Yeah, ceasing to exist or annihilate or coming to an end. What's the Arabic term?
I don't know.
Al-Fana.
Fana.
Al-Fana. F-A-N-A apostrophe. Al-Fana. Or something, annihilation, coming to an end, ceasing to exist. All right?
No.
So we got al-Wujud, existence, and its opposite is al-Adam, or non-existence. We have al-Qidam, which is beginninglessness or eternal without a beginning. And its opposite is al-Huduth, or something that is originated or an event. The third one is al-Baqa, which is everlasting without an end. And its opposite is al-Fana, or something ceasing to exist. All right.
No.
All right. And the fourth one we covered last week, which is al-Mukhalafa lil-Hawadith. Al-Mukhalafa lil-Hawadith. And what is the meaning of that?
I forget. I ain't doing homework, man.
You ain't do nothing. Okay, so al-Mukhalafa lil-Hawadith means that non-resemblance to anything that occurs or anything that's in creation.
Say that one more time.
Al-mukhalafa lil hawadith means non-resemblance to anything in creation.
All right.
All right. And what is its opposite? So if the necessary attribute is non-resemblance, what is its opposite?
Things that are similar.
Yeah, similarity or resemblance. All right. So the Arabic term for that is mumathala. Mumathala.
What I mean?
Yeah, Amin, mumathala. All right. Okay, so we'll go over, but now we're just going to cover this last one. This is the new one we're going to do. All right. And this next one is al-qiyamu bi-nafs.
Al-Qiyamu Minaf. I'm not able to write it down right now, but well, I'm listening.
That's okay. I'll send you the list of these.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Al-qiyamu bi-nafs, which means self-subsistence or non-neediness of others, does not need anything at all. And these attributes for Allah are in the absolute sense. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is not in need of anything, not a locality, not a space, not a place, not anything of a movement or anything like that. So, and how we rationalize that is that if He were to need something like a locality, it will require that He had the attributes of things that need a locality. For instance, everything in existence needs something that it is dependent on. All right.
Right.
And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is totally different from that. And that is impossible for Him to be in need or anything assisting Him or anything that He has to depend on for His existence. So He is absolutely al-qiyam bi-nafs. All right. And then there's an ayat in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, then indeed Allah is free from need of the worlds. That He is al-Ghani. The Arabic word is al-Ghani. And al-Ghani means that He is independent, He is rich, He is free from need in anything in any respect.
No.
And the opposite, what's that? What's the opposite of al-Qiyamu bi-nafs, or subsistence?
Something that's dependent upon.
Something requiring a need or some type of factor. So the Arabic term is al-ihtiyaj ila al-mahal wal-mukhassas. I know you won't get that right off the top, so that's why I'm seeing the list. Al-ihtiyaj ila al-mahal wal-mukhassas, which means that something that requires a locality or a factor or determinant. So mahal means like a location. All right. And mukhassas means something, a factor or agent or some special kind of thing that is necessary for something to exist. So Allah, that is the opposite for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All right. So let's go. Go ahead.
I'm about to start driving. So if it gets too loud, you can, I guess, mute me out. So I know you're recording it.
Yeah.
But I can hear you. I can hear you. And I'm still with you.
Okay, well, that was the last, since you were the only one that showed up today. So we're going to just go over these attributes one more time. And what should we remember with these attributes? We mentioned last week that the blank of them are inconceivable and the blank of them are impossible.
The absence of them is inconceivable. And the opposite is impossible.
Good, alhamdulillah, that's right. So with these attributes, it is inconceivable to the human mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not possess these necessary attributes. And it is impossible for Him that the opposite applies to Him. All right. So we cannot fathom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't exist or that He needs assistance or He's similar to anything. All right. So just one more review. Because as we go forward, this is how I want us to do it. That when we cover these attributes, I want to be able to run it off like this. The first one is al-wujud beginningless, al-wujud, which is existence, and its opposite is al-adam, or non-existence. The second one is al-qidam, or beginninglessness, or eternal without a beginning, and its opposite is al-huduth, or originated, all right, or something that occurs. The third one is al-baqa, or is eternal without an end, and its opposite is al-fanat, which means annihilation, or something that ceased to exist. The fourth attribute is al-mukhalafa lil-hawadith, or dissimilarity or non-resemblance to created things, and its opposite is mumathala, or something, or resemblance to something, or similarity. And the fifth one is al-qiyamu bi-nafs, or self-subsistence or non-neediness, and its opposite is al-ihtiyaj ila al-mahal wal-mukhassas, or something that is something that requires a place or locality or a special agent or factor. All right. So that's how, inshallah, going forward, next week, we can do that. If you can kind of go over those, I'll send you the list, inshallah, because I'm doing this book a little different, where we're we're going over the names. I want us to know them and digest them, and get the meanings, and then we'll go how they are classified, because they're classified in 3 categories after we memorize them, inshallah. So I'll send you the list to your email, and then we'll resume next week, inshallah ta'ala. All right, is there any questions? Are there any questions, inshallah?
No questions, brother.
Okay. All right, so we're in there, inshallah ta'ala. So as again, I'll send you the list, and then we'll resume next week, inshallah ta'ala. And as I said, this is just a recurring class, and for those who may view this class later on, inshallah, that's what we want, those attributes. We want you to memorize them and know what they mean, inshallah ta'ala. And that we'll be back. 50 feet ahead, turn left. All right, so that will conclude today's class. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our efforts to make our knowledge beneficial and give us barakah in these gatherings, and we ask him to forgive us for our mistakes and our errors. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.